Okay, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me? That's all right. I'll talk a bit louder. Can you hear me? Yes. Brilliant. That's how we do our coaching, right? Okay, sorry about that. It's fine. It's fine. So, at the heart of Luton in Bloom, or you can talk about Wellness Walk Luton, or Luton Lions running community, it's about this. Once we started doing the exercise, everybody's doing the exercise, right? Everybody's doing the exercise, right? You feel better, don't you? You feel better. Since everybody's doing it, there's a sense of collective effervescence. There's a moment of awe that you're actually part of something. There's a sense of belonging. There's a sense of belonging. There's social connection. And that does so much for your health and well-being. The doctors can explain all of this. It releases oxytocin, yeah? And it has such an impact on your stress, anxiety, all sits. I don't have one more minute, but I'll try my best, yeah? But I'll get my point here. But the heart of what we do is actually bringing people together in our community. We know if we're going to change the health outcomes, we've got to give people a sense of belonging. And the best people to do that are people that look like them. Representation is really important. Mushtaq and myself, and there's two others, started the marathon journey about 8 years ago in our community. In the beginning, it was just us running. And people look at us and they look a bit odd. What are they doing? Running in our community is a bit of a taboo. What we started noticing when we started running, other people wanted to run. Representation is important. And since then, hundreds of people in our community have started running, whether with us or formed other groups. It doesn't matter. They've seen people from the Muslim community that look like us, whether it's male or female, running. The park run in Luton is one of the most diverse park runs in the country. One of the most diverse park runs in our country. Where people used to shy away from running, they're doing it. Then we start thinking, okay, not everybody wants to run. Not everybody wants to run. Let's start doing some walks. Let's do some walks in nature. Let's introduce, Luton is surrounded by beautiful countryside. Let's get people out into nature. We know the well-being benefits. I'm not going to go into all of that. Let's introduce them to the nature. It's 15 minutes away from anybody's home. Let's access those spaces. Let's get them involved in gardening. Not everybody wants to do walking. Walking is a superpower. Gardening is a superpower. Let's get people out gardening. Let's get them all gardening together so they have a sense of community, sense of purpose, young and elderly, whatever it is. Luton Lions is a social prescription masquerading as running. Wellness Walk is walking. It's a social prescription masquerading as walking. Luton in Bloom is a social prescription masquerading as gardening. And I can talk about the health fest, but Mushtaq, you can talk about that. It's actually trying to drive those message home. Again, another grassroots initiative. These are things that we're doing in the community to address health inequalities. I can still remember, Robin, many, many years ago, this is probably close to maybe 2 decades ago, I'm in a room and I had somebody from your team, I think at that time, I think it was your team or somebody, they were the Lex team or the Excellence team. And we were talking statistics in this whole new place that we were launching and building. And we were saying people living in these communities, the most deprived communities in the Biscuit and the Dallow, predominantly from the Muslim community, their life expectancy is 12 years less or so from those living 10 minutes up the road. Fast forward 20 years on now, or 15 years now, I can't remember exactly the time, about that time, that hasn't changed a bit. The question that we need to ask is what's going on? Why haven't we closed the gap? Why are people within my community 6 times more likely to have type 2 diabetes, higher cholesterol, higher blood pressure? Where are we investing? We've got great grassroots organizations just in those communities. They know those communities. They can talk to those communities. If we're really genuinely concerned about addressing health inequalities, why aren't we talking to them? Why aren't we walking with them? And I think having a platform like the Muslim Health Alliance gives us a voice to be able to talk to those system leaders, those people who are making those decisions, and collaborative work to ensure that actually my child growing up in the most deprived parts of town doesn't live 10 years less than somebody else's child growing up 10 minutes up the road. We have a chance. And it's really, really important to understand that in terms of fairness, when we're talking about a fairness town. Luton being a fairness town, addressing poverty in our town. That's also, poverty around access to green space, physical activities. Rationally, when you think about deploying resources, you put it in the places where it's the most needed. And this is the thing that you walk away from and you say, what do we do actually? Let's take a map of where are our resources? Are they in the communities where actually they have the poorest outcomes? If there isn't, then we need to be honest with ourselves. And there's some fairness that needs to be done. So these grassroots organizations, and I thank you all about, and I finish with this. We've realized this, and our running has taught us this, that if we want to run fast, we run alone. It's an African proverb. But if we want to run far, we have to run together. Life is much more better than when we're walking with each other, not just looking after ourselves, but trying to help others across the finish line. And together, we can help each other across that finish line of prosperity, well-being, and living as part of one community. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.